Welcome to another episode of GOV 101. I'm Jeff Knowles.
I'm Marsha Hampton.
And today we're going to cover the upcoming Christmas parade.
That's right.
And the Christmas holiday season and all the amazing events that are going to be going on in downtown Douglasville throughout the month of December.
Feeling pretty festive?
Absolutely. I love Christmas time.
I do. I love Christmas, but I'm not feeling quite jolly at the moment.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's not even Halloween yet.
Well, you can't say that because now we're not evergreening our show.
Yeah, but everybody knows you start talking about Christmas before Halloween now.
Yeah, I haven't seen your Christmas decorations go out yet, though.
Yeah, they're out. They're out.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, you go to some of the retail stores around here, won't name any names. Trees are already out. Decor's already out. Halloween's gone. Thanksgiving doesn't even exist anymore.
Wow. So, we're going to put up a Christmas tree in downtown.
Like we always do. Very unique Christmas tree.
And we're going to light that Christmas tree.
We will.
But just prior to that,
we're going to have a Christmas parade.
A Christmas parade.
Have we ever had a Christmas parade in Douglasville before?
It says first annual on this application.
Well, we know there hadn't been one since we've been here.
It says first annual.
So
I've never seen pictures of a Christmas parade. I have seen pictures of a parade where they decorated cars that maybe looked like Christmas, but I think it was just because it was black and white.
So was that 50s?
It was maybe even before that.
Okay, so we know it predates us, which is not that long ago since both of us are just into our 20s. And
now people are going to believe that. You put it on TV, Marsha.
Yeah.
All right. So we have this Christmas parade.
Mm-hmm.
What day is it on?
December 3rd. It's on a Friday, and we felt like what a better way to kick off the holiday season than an evening parade.
An evening parade?
Yes.
Is this at dark?
This is dark. This is at 6:30, so we know the time changes. Time will have changed at that point, so it should be good and dark at about 6:30. Should make for a good environment for Christmas lights, which everybody loves Christmas lights.
So our Christmas parade is going to have, is it going to be just like our 4th of July parade?
No, it won't.
Not just like our 4th of July parade.
No, it won't. And as you know, our July 4th parade always features a grand marshal, somebody who is prominent and well-known in the community, who's done great things. The mayor typically selects a grand marshal each year. But I think the children will be happy to know that Santa will be with us.
That's
hopefully
a grand
every
marshal.
year. Yeah, I'm saying, but he's not going to change. I mean, you can't like put Santa one year and then get an elf or somebody to, I mean, who replaces Santa?
Santa?
Yeah, so you always have to have Santa.
Always.
So
it does have a grand marshal. It's just
Santa.
Santa.
Yes.
Every year.
Every year. And he will lead the parade. He won't have his reindeer.
Because of the code, the rules here don't allow large animals at the front of the parade.
Right, and the deer would have to be diapered, and plus, more than likely, I don't necessarily know if they'll be happy to pull a sleigh on Church Street. That probably wouldn't.
I mean, just imagining the reindeer, they're all about getting that thing airborne and moving at the speed of sound or light or whatever they do. And I can't imagine them wanting to slow down for all the children to really see Santa come down
and we
the road.
really want Santa to be here to take pictures with the kids. So he will ride through the parade, and somewhere between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, he will be in Church Street on his special vehicle. I can't tell you which vehicle he will be riding in, but it will be very special.
Can I guess?
No, because then the kids will know.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, take a guess.
Is the fire truck?
Eh.
Okay. Just checking. It's the only special vehicle we own.
That's not true. We have the pickup truck.
Is the pickup truck?
Eh.
It's not as special as the fire truck.
It is the fire truck. It is the fire truck. We're just
Santa will be on Church Street on the fire truck, kids.
But it'll be jazzed up. It won't just be.
It'll have lights on it. It'll look like
all the secrets.
It'll look like a Christmas fire truck.
Were you the kid that opened up your presents on Christmas Eve?
I opened my presents way before that and figured out how to tape them back. If I messed up the wrapping paper, I figured out how to rewrap them in the same wrapping paper so that it wouldn't be ever found out that I knew what was in those boxes.
It's pretty lame.
It just is what it is. I don't really like surprises all that much.
Pretty lame.
I like to know. I like to build a plan for things. So the route. Let's talk about the route.
All right. We are going to start on Church Street in the vicinity of what used to be Old Community Citizens and Merchants Bank. I'm not certain what's the new name of the bank now.
I don't know.
Also near Douglasville Dry Cleaners, where that was. In
Ace
that area.
Hardware.
Yes, in that vicinity.
We use a landmark we know the name of.
Yes, Ace Hardware. So around Duncan Street.
It's going to start there, so it's going to line up on Church Street.
We're going to stack on Duncan and Church Street. We will not stack on Fairburn Road as we typically do for July 4th, mainly because of the evening traffic, and we want citizens to be safe. So that's where we're going to be. We will head down Church Street towards Rose Avenue, but instead of turning on Rose like we typically do, we will make a left onto Club.
Oh, wow.
So for folks who live in that area, in the historic district, they just come out in
their front yards or their neighborhoods and see the parade come by.
It'll be awesome. So if you have some family, I think it'll be a cool evening to do some holiday activities. Come out in your front yard. The parade will go by, and then it will make another left on the Selman and in at the high school. And we are encouraging the folks who are participating in the parade, if you have a float or if you're riding in, just to park your cars. The high school said that it will be fine to park your cars that evening and walk down to O'Neill Plaza, where we will have a Christmas concert featuring several different choirs in the downtown area and also around the city. So we've actually had a waiting list for choirs wanting to participate, but the concert will start at 7:15 and end at 9 o'clock. But in between that time, at 8:50, the mayor will announce the lighting of the tree.
Where we began this conversation.
Yes, exactly.
What we do every year.
Do?
We do. We do.
I caught him, he said it.
Every year.
Sorry, I'm acting like a 8-year-old boy.
We light the tree every year.
Yes. Sorry.
And
if I would have said that, you would have slammed me.
We're going to do that at 8:50.
Totally ignore it. You know you would have slammed me.
8:50.
8:50.
Okay.
The mayor will call up all of the children who are there, as he typically does, get him to help count down the lighting of the tree, and then we will officially light the tree over O'Neill Fountain, which we know is a tree really original to Douglasville. It was designed specifically for us, specifically for that fountain, so there really shouldn't be any other tree like that around unless they've copied us.
There's not another tree like that.
So, and then the concert will be concluded with First Baptist Church. They will be here to basically sing us out, and we will end somewhere after 9 o'clock.
Okay. So I have an application.
Yes.
For the first annual Christmas parade. I'm assuming this is to be in the first annual Christmas parade.
Yes.
Where do I get this application from?
You can get this application on the city's website, which is ci.douglasville.ga.us.
www.
You can also go to www.visitdouglasville.com, or you can always come to City Hall or to our offices and pick up an application.
Okay.
And we will also fax or email you one if you're interested in that as well.
Okay. So it has, in that application, will it have this map that outlines the parade route?
It will. There is a $25 registration fee. And if you register after 11/25, which is after Thanksgiving, we're charging a $50 registration fee. So we're trying to, since this is our first annual, make certain that folks get on board early, because as you know, that's a short week for us.
Yes.
The week of Thanksgiving. So please come in, take advantage of the $25. Pick up a copy of the route. And regulations. There are specific regulations. As you know, they're very similar to what we do for July 4th. So same amount of spaces. That has not changed. We definitely want, when you are participating with your float, that you adhere to all of the safety guidelines, because as you know, we had a serious accident several years ago, and we do want to make certain that you pay attention to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Safety is a really huge concern. Does this come in the packet also?
It does.
This is how to build a float. And everybody that's out there probably says, I can build a float. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I can't build a float.
It is that hard. And it takes a lot of time to build a float the way you should build a float.
So when should people start building? Because I have no idea about float.
Yesterday.
Really?
Absolutely.
But it's the December 3rd.
Yesterday. Not the week before. It really...
So I can't build when I come up to Church Street and then start putting my float together?
Please do not.
Oh, okay.
It is a very... There's going to be a lot of effort that goes into a good many of these floats. And you'll be able to tell which floats had effort put into them by the time you see them coming down Church Street. And I know there's a couple special floats that are going to be in this parade that I've heard of, and I won't tell everybody that secret.
Yeah,
I know you want to keep
we have
that
some
one.
good stuff.
They're professional floats.
Yes.
And they're professional float builders.
So what you're saying is that you're going to have professional floats. You don't want me to come there with my truck and my lights.
I want you to come with your truck. I want you to come with your lights. Just let's see. I want you to put some effort into it.
Okay.
So we can see, what we can do, what our citizens can do.
And we will have a competition.
Absolutely.
And
is it going to be a pro level and an amateur level competition? We probably need to separate that out.
No.
We probably need to separate that out.
Why should we separate that out? Because you're saying that one of these entries will be so professionally done that the average person like you or I could not compete.
Yes.
Okay, what if we had, this goes on to another subject that we can kind of talk about, but we may need to go to break, but I'll just say this. We are actually hosting a citywide decorating contest. We'll talk a little bit about that for Christmas. There's the Griswold Award. There, you scratch your nose. There is the...
I mean, how does the Griswold...
We'll talk
do
about...
you have to have squirrels in your tree?
Come on, listen. It's a Wonderful Life. And then...
well, they already have the leg lamp on Campbellton
And then
Street.
the Charlie Brown Award.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Later on.
Well, let's go to break.
But we can do something very similar.
Let's go to break.
Okay.
We'll be back.
All right. We're talking about this float competition, and you're going to tell people how to build a float. But this is basically the competition is going to be very similar to what we do for the citywide Christmas decorating contest. The Griswold Award will be the float that's pretty much just over the top.
Okay.
I mean, just way over the top.
All right.
It's a Wonderful Life will be pretty much a classic Christmas float.
Okay.
Your classic Christmas decorations.
All right.
And of course, the Charlie Brown Award will be simplistic, nice, but we know that you use the bare minimum to get it done.
Okay.
So,
all right.
How would a person go about getting the Charlie Brown done?
Well, let's just get the basics.
Okay, basics.
You got to start with a trailer.
All right.
Or a truck with a flatbed.
Okay, where do I get a trailer?
You can rent trailers.
There are places in Douglasville that rent trailers?
I believe Home Depot rents trailers.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure that they want you to decorate it, but, it's between you and them. There are a number of people who have trailers. These trailers can be as small as, your simple lawnmower trailer, as large as, something that, that you see the professional landscapers pulling 3 or 4 lawnmowers and all this other stuff on. It can be as big or as small as you want it to be.
Okay.
And you start with that.
All right, so I got my trailer. Do I need a truck to pull it?
You need a truck to pull it.
Okay,
I think that's actually one of the rules.
Okay, so I could not get my Volkswagen pulling this thing.
You could. It depends on how big the trailer is.
But the average person will probably need a truck.
Probably.
Okay. All right.
But you could pull one with a car. You could pull one with a minivan. You could pull one with an SUV. You could pull one with a truck.
I would say the safety I would say
These
going
trailers
with it.
probably aren't going to weigh that much, so I'd say you probably could pull one with a minivan.
Okay, minivan or a truck. That's what we're going to stick with.
Or it's SUV.
Minivan,
truck, SUV.
That's what we're sticking with.
Or a car.
That's what we're sticking with.
I mean, a Subaru.
All right, so I got my minivan and I got my trailer. Now what else do I need?
You need to decorate your trailer.
Okay, I would say people can probably get decorations from a variety of stores here in Douglasville.
Absolutely, and there's a million different ways to decorate trailers. You can paint them. You can put woodwork on them. I actually have won an award.
You have?
For a float.
Only city employee ever to do that.
Ever to win an award for a float.
Yeah.
And it was a recreation of the downtown cityscape.
It was pretty good.
On the sides, and we used wood, and we cut out the shape of all the buildings and painted each building the way it looks in the downtown cityscape. And then we had the fountain, of course, and then we had our F-105 from Hunter Park.
It was
flying over the fountain.
It was
in a
pretty
very
creative.
Majestic type float. Very, very nice float.
So if anybody needed help, could they call you to get some tips?
I'm out of the float. I retired from the float building business. I have retired. I've won my award, and I have retired from the float building business. It's very, very time consuming, by the way.
So
to get to that level of float building, but you can put chicken wire with tissue paper. You can put. I mean, I can imagine a Christmas scene is going to have a lot of cotton.
Right.
You know, pillow fill or whatever you want to put on there to kind of simulate a snow, because everybody dreams of the white Christmas, although we never have it.
I will add that if you're going to have people riding on your float, you need railing.
You do need railing.
And it needs to be at least 36 inches.
Yeah, that's one of the rules.
Yes.
In your packet.
That's right.
Be sure to read rules and regulations in the packet.
So what can I use for my railing?
Wood. You can use wood as your railing. You can use metal as your railing if you happen to have no rope. But you can use wood or metal or pretty much anything you want that will keep people from falling off of your float. That's the key, is for safety.
All right. So I got my decorations. I got my railing. What about lights?
The difference between this and the 4th of July is the lights.
Okay, so
I can imagine, and I'm just thinking out loud about how someone may design a float, and if they were to use something similar to the wedding cake style, like the fountain is out here.
Yeah. So what if
to raise up something like a Christmas tree on top and maybe get it 20 feet in the air? I don't know. I'm just saying it's big, and you want to spotlight it. You're gonna need lights. And then you're going to have, of course, you're going to have Christmas lights. You're going to have those net lights all around the thing. Yes. Because those are just, everybody loves those. Or maybe even some icicle lights.
So where am I going to plug all this stuff in?
There's a couple different ways to do that.
Okay.
All right. Number one, you can have a generator.
Where do I get a generator from?
You Home Depot.
All right.
Also in the packet, by the way.
Yes.
We're not just making this stuff up.
And you can go online to pull up all this information.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you can use a generator.
All right.
It's kind of loud.
I got a generator.
So if you're going to have music or sound, generator's probably not going to be the thing you want to use. If you're going to have some sort of Christmas music, while you pull your float, you're not going to want to use a generator because it's probably going to cover up some of your sound.
Okay.
So then you have two options.
All right. Where am I going?
You have a 12-volt or 6-volt battery option. That's not going to run your big spotlights. So you're going to be limited to the Christmas lights, the little bitty Christmas lights. And
this sounds like I'm going to need an electrician.
You may.
Really?
You may not. It depends on the complexity of it. The third option is a power converter or power inverter. You see these. They have them at Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm not just plugging Home Depot. They have them at Lowe's.
Walmart, Target, Sears, Kmart, etc. All these retail stores that are located in Douglasville.
Wherever. They may even have them at Kohl's. You might want to check. But it's a box. You plug it into your cigarette lighter, and it converts your power in your car to be allowed to be used by just regular plug-in. You can plug in a surge protector or a power strip, and then plug in as many lights as you want. That you might want to test this before you come out to the Christmas parade to determine if it's going to run all the lights you've put on there. You may need to hook up additional batteries to power some of these things. I've seen some very elaborate lighting designs that require a lot of combinations. Your Christmas lights, like I said, can run off the 6-volt or 12-volt batteries, and you may decide to run only your Christmas lights off of 6-volt or 12-volt batteries, and run your spotlights for your focal point of your float, or maybe you have multiple focal points of your float. You would want to run spots too. It's whatever you can imagine.
So
there are no limits to these floats.
You definitely need to start soon.
Now.
So you can get your game plan together.
That's why I said you need to start as soon as possible.
Yeah, you need to strategize this float. I will definitely say much different than probably July 4th.
Yeah,
you need to put together your strategy.
It has a component that's very, very different. Now, I saw a float a couple years back that had a fireworks display. It had a firecracker or a rocket. And it had dry smoke coming out of it.
That was pretty cool.
So they had a generator running a fog machine that looked like it had smoke coming out of it, which is kind of cool. But you don't really see generators utilized in the 4th of July parade all that much.
Yeah, that was.
So you don't see power on floats.
Right.
But you will see power on these floats.
Yeah, and I would definitely, if you have the savvy, the skill, or if you are just interested in seeing what you can do, I would encourage you to definitely put together something creative, because we will have a lot of children out. And as you know,
why not be participant in the first annual Christmas parade.
Why not? Make kids happy. Santa will be there.
Absolutely. Something
creative. And it will definitely be a nighttime parade that people will like to see. So you will have to have lights because it will be dark. And you don't want to be the float out there that has no lights.
Now, and the question that I would raise was, how about, you plan, and you need to think about this when you're planning for your float. Mm-hmm. There's going to be lights coming off the car behind you onto your float.
Right.
So it may wash out some of the work you've done. Is there an option to ask the vehicle behind you to turn the lights off?
I don't know.
I know there's some cars that you just can't turn headlights off on now. Have you thought about this?
Why are you trying to make things difficult?
Just something I was thinking about while we were
I've
talking about this.
You know what? I've gone to night parades, but then again, in Louisiana, all of the floats are typically pulled by tractors, and we don't allow tractors.
No tractors.
And the lights are not on the tractors. There's like a light up front, but there's not really, the lights are not really on. We'll make it work.
Okay.
Because we're creative here in Douglasville. We'll make it work.
Might have to knock a bunch of headlights out. We're going to
knock a bunch of headlights out.
How about the lights on the street? We're going to leave those on?
Yes. Aren't those automatic? Don't they come on when it gets dark?
We can turn them off, but yeah.
No, we want them on because, you know what, there may be somebody out there who just wants to participate. What about the group that walks?
True.
They're not going to have lights strung on their head.
They may.
They probably won't have generators on their backs.
That, when you can carry a 6-volt battery, you can run some power to it from 6-volt.
There are probably some people that would enter the parade that would do that.
Yeah.
I know one person specifically.
Yeah.
I won't call any names.
We have our usual participants in our parades. And anybody who's been at a parade in the city of Douglasville knows that we have a young man who's always participated in our parades. And,
and he is a friend of Douglasville.
And and he always participates and always has the greatest attitude about participation in our parades.
And he is very festive.
And I can imagine this just being an opportunity for him to really shine.
Yes.
Literally. What else do we have to talk about? We've covered the Christmas parade. We've covered how to build a float.
The last thing I will make note of is our citywide decorating contest. I don't even think I told you about this.
You said something about citywide, and then you said Griswold and Charlie Brown and It's a Wonderful Life. Did you say one or Christmas Story?
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Not Christmas Story?
No, just Griswold, Charlie Brown, and It's a Wonderful Life. And, there are folks out there who decorate their homes for Christmas, and they love to have people drive by and see how much work they've done.
Right.
So for those people, we have created a contest, and it's really just for bragging rights, that you can submit your home and address online to be voted upon by the citizens of Douglasville as the either best Griswold home, Charlie Brown, or It's a Wonderful Life home in Douglasville.
Okay.
Part of the rules are, of course, you will have to be willing to allow your address to be posted. But I know those who decorate their homes, that's why they do it.
So you can't submit somebody else's house?
I don't think that would be appropriate. I think
Is that a rule?
We're making that a rule now that you say that. Because I don't want anybody to be, well, he's a Griswold. No, that ain't right. Because he might not know that he's a Griswold. He needs to declare that himself.
Okay.
Or a Charlie Brown.
So these are personal declarations?
These are personal. If you were at home, if you compete with your neighbor to have the best decorated home, then you need to submit it. And then as well as if you are a neighborhood that goes over the top, your neighborhood should be submitted as well. Because we will recognize you by you giving us permission to put a little sign out that says the best decorated neighborhood outside of their neighborhood. You'll give us a permit for that, right?
Yeah, as long as it's 12 feet back. Yeah,
it'll be a little small sign.
You can,
yeah, that's it. So I think we're good for Christmas.
This parade is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and it will be, lit up, definitely. From top to bottom.
From top to bottom.
Yeah, all day long.
So, is that everything for the holiday season?
Yeah.
Don't you do something else?
Oh, tour homes. Yeah. Just to add to that, sorry, we are actually moving the tour of homes to the springtime. Part of the reason for that, this is actually our 10th year. It's a very good event. It's a very well-attended event, but over the last few years, we have not been able to grow the event like we thought we would have. We've always competed with the weather. We've competed with the SEC Championship. So those folks SEC Championship. I mean, I know you're a Georgia Tech person, but there are Alabama and Georgia fans who say, look, if they're in the championship, I'm not coming to the tour homes, and we just don't want to compete with that anymore.
Okay.
So we're moving it to the spring where the weather is a little bit more kinder, and where we're hoping that we don't have to compete with any type of sporting event.
The Masters.
That's in Augusta.
Yeah.
Augusta. Is it that first weekend in May?
Nobody watches that.
I mean, people do, but whatever.
Okay.
It's not the first weekend in May.
Just saying, you might want to check the schedule.
It's not the first weekend in May. It's not. Anyway, it's the first weekend in May. So that's it. Our big night is December 3rd.
We're not doing the Kris Kringle Market?
Man, we cut that out a long time ago. Where the heck have you been?
Just checking, making sure we're not bringing something back.
No, this is it. This is it.
So if you're looking for an opportunity to celebrate the holidays with your
family,
your neighbors, your family, your community,
yes,
this is it.
This is it. You will have a good time watching the parade. Your kids will get an opportunity to take pictures with Santa, hear some good music by several local churches, and, just have a good time with the community for free.
What better way to do it?
Hey. Anything else you would like to add?
Oh, no, I'm just making sure we've got it covered.
I'm good. I think I'm good at least for a month.
Friday, December the 3rd.
Yes.
Starting
6:30.
6:30 p.m.
And if you're looking to enter the parade, and you will have a float, you will have to be here at 5. So for those folks who work, they may have to take off a half day or something like that, or leave a little bit early if you work 8 to 5. Because we are encouraging a lot of businesses to participate. We feel like this is a good opportunity to show your business and to show how you participate in the Christmas season.
Absolutely. All right, so that's it for this episode of Gov 101.
That's all I got. I'm Marsha Hampton.
And I'm Jeff Knowles.
Good Lord.
And we'll see you next time.